If you're over 60, these first few minutes of your morning matter more than you think. What if the first 30 minutes of your morning could decide how steady, strong, and confident you feel all day? Most seniors focus on the gym or medications, but few pay attention to what happens right after they open their eyes. And that matters, because mornings are when balance is fragile, blood pressure shifts, stiffness shows up, and your energy is either built or quietly drained. Here's the surprising part. Many of the healthiest, most independent seniors don't start with hard workouts or expensive routines. They start with a few simple habits that protect balance, support the heart, calm the nervous system, improve digestion, and keep muscles working the right way. Today, I'm sharing 5 science-supported morning habits for seniors to help you feel safer, steadier, and more in control before coffee, before breakfast, and before the day pulls you in every direction. And stay with me, because habit number 1 is something almost everyone gets wrong, and fixing it can change your energy, strength, and digestion all day long. So take a breath, get comfortable, and let's build a better, safer, stronger morning, starting now. Number 5. Warm up before getting out of bed. When you first wake up, don't spring out of bed. Give your body 1 to 3 minutes to warm up before you stand. After several hours lying down, your circulation, balance system, and joints are all operating in a slower nighttime mode. As we get older, the body's ability to adjust quickly isn't as sharp as it used to be, so standing up too quickly can set you up for dizziness, wobbliness, and falls. One big reason is a quick drop in blood pressure when you change positions. When you go from lying down to standing, gravity pulls blood toward your legs. Your body is supposed to tighten blood vessels and slightly increase heart rate to keep enough blood flowing to the brain. In many older adults, that response can be slower. The result can be lightheadedness, blurred vision, feeling weak, or even fainting. Medical research and geriatric care guidance consistently associate this blood pressure drop on standing with a higher risk of falls in seniors. Another reason is that your brain and reflexes may still be waking up. Right after sleep, reaction time and balance can be temporarily reduced. That's why many people feel unsteady on those first steps, especially if they're heading quickly to the bathroom. And then there's stiffness. Overnight, joints don't move much, so many seniors wake up with stiffness in the ankles, knees, hips, back, or neck. A gentle warm-up helps joints move more smoothly and can make walking feel easier and safer. Here's a simple bed-to-stand routine that takes about 2 minutes. First, while you're still lying down, do ankle pumps. Point your toes away, then pull them back toward you, like pressing and releasing a gas pedal, about 10 to 15 times on each foot. Then gently circle your ankles a few times. Next, wiggle your toes, tighten your thigh muscles for 2 seconds and release 2 or 3 times. Take 2 slow, deep breaths. Then roll onto your side and sit up slowly. Sit on the edge of the bed for 30 to 60 seconds. While sitting, do a quick posture check. Shoulders relaxed, chin level, feet flat on the floor. If you feel even slightly dizzy, stay seated a bit longer and keep breathing slowly. Now stand up using the bed or a sturdy chair for support. Once you're standing, pause for 10 to 20 seconds before you start walking. Make sure you feel steady, then take your first steps. This slow transition is especially important if you take blood pressure medicine, water pills, diuretics, sleep medications, or if you have diabetes, dehydration, anemia, neuropathy, or any history of dizziness or falls. If you regularly feel lightheaded when standing, or you've had near falls, it's worth telling your clinician. They may check your blood pressure lying down, sitting, and standing, because this is common and often manageable. A 1 to 2 minute warm-up may feel small, but it can make your morning safer. Fewer dizzy spells, steadier balance, less stiffness, and a lower risk of falling. Number 4. Drinking lukewarm water on an empty stomach. After you wake up, before coffee or breakfast, try something simple. Drink a glass of lukewarm water on an empty stomach if your doctor hasn't told you to limit fluids. Here's why this matters, especially for older adults. Overnight, you go 6 to 8 hours without drinking. During that time, your body still loses water through breathing, sweating, and using the bathroom. And as we age, the thirst signal often gets weaker, so many seniors don't feel thirsty even when they're a bit dehydrated. Mild dehydration can contribute to feeling tired, dry mouthed, lightheaded, or not quite right in the morning. Research and clinical guidance in older adult care consistently point to dehydration as a common problem in seniors, and it's linked with issues like constipation, dizziness, urinary tract infections, and sometimes confusion, especially when combined with certain medications. A morning glass of water is a practical way to start rehydrating early, and it helps you build a steady hydration habit for the rest of the day. Another big benefit is constipation relief. Constipation is extremely common in seniors because of lower activity, lower fiber intake, and medications that can slow the gut. Hydration is one of the basics. In fact, many constipation management guidelines emphasize that increasing fiber only works well when fluid intake is adequate. Otherwise, constipation can actually get worse. Drinking water first thing in the morning can help soften stool and support the natural bowel wake-up response. Now, why lukewarm water? The strongest evidence is for hydration itself, not the water temperature. But lukewarm water is often easier on the stomach first thing in the morning. Many people find it more comfortable than ice-cold water, especially if they're prone to bloating or a sensitive stomach. A morning water routine may also support urinary health. When you don't drink enough, urine becomes more concentrated, which can increase irritation and may contribute to certain urinary problems. Studies suggest that increasing water intake can help reduce recurrent urinary tract infections in some people, and staying well hydrated is a long-standing recommendation for lowering kidney stone risk. Here's how to do it safely and comfortably. Start with about 8 ounces, one regular glass, around 200 to 250 milliliters. Sip it slowly. If that feels good, you can add another half glass. The water should feel warm but not hot, comfortably lukewarm. Be extra cautious and follow medical advice closely if you have heart failure, advanced kidney disease, or you've been told to restrict fluids. Also adjust the timing and amount if frequent urination or incontinence is an issue. And if you have significant reflux, notice how your body responds. Some people feel fine, while others may prefer to drink a little later or with a small snack. The most realistic benefits you may notice from this simple habit are better morning hydration, easier bowel movements, less dry mouth, and steadier energy, plus a stronger daily routine of drinking enough fluids. If you want, tell me the person's age and whether they have high blood pressure, diabetes, constipation, kidney or heart conditions, or frequent UTIs, and I can tailor the exact amount and timing for them. Number 3. Sunbathing and walking. Get outside soon after you wake up. Let the morning light hit your eyes and face, and take a 20-minute walk at a comfortable, steady pace. This simple combo is powerful for seniors because it supports 4 major areas at once: sleep, heart health, strength and balance, and mood and brain function. First, morning light helps set your internal body clock, your circadian rhythm. As we age, that body clock can become less steady, and many older adults start waking too early, feeling sleepy during the day, or sleeping more lightly at night. Bright morning light is a strong signal to the brain that says this is daytime. Research on bright light exposure, often called bright light therapy, shows it can improve sleep timing and sleep quality in many older adults, especially those who spend a lot of time indoors or in low-light environments. Second, walking supports cardiovascular and metabolic health. A 20-minute walk done most days of the week counts as moderate physical activity for many people.
Large population studies and public health guidelines consistently show that regular moderate activity is linked with lower risk of heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and overall early mortality. In practical terms, regular walking can help support blood pressure control, improve how your body handles blood sugar, and build stamina for daily life. Third, walking protects mobility, your ability to keep doing things independently. Aging naturally brings muscle loss and slower movement. Walking keeps the hips, thighs, and calves working, helps joints stay moving, and improves endurance. And while walking alone isn't always the best single tool for fall prevention, research on older adults is very clear that staying physically active, and especially combining activity with balance and strength work, helps maintain functional independence and reduces many fall-related risks. Fourth, morning light plus movement can support mood and mental sharpness. Light exposure is used clinically to support mood, and studies show it can reduce depressive symptoms for some people. Aerobic activity, like walking, is also linked to better mood, lower anxiety, and better cognitive performance in older adults. Over time, regular movement is associated with a lower risk of cognitive decline, and many studies show small to moderate improvements in attention and executive function with consistent aerobic activity. There's also an important daily rhythm benefit. When you get light and movement early, you're more likely to feel alert during the day and sleepy at night. Many seniors notice their energy feels steadier, they nap less, and they fall asleep more easily. Here's how to make it safe and senior-friendly. Start with 5 to 10 minutes for a few days, then build up to 20. Walk at a pace where you can still talk in full sentences. Take 1 minute at the beginning to warm up, easy steps, relaxed shoulders, and 1 minute at the end to slow down. Choose a safe route with even ground. If balance is an issue, walk with a partner. Bring a cane or walking poles if needed, and avoid rushing. Dress for the weather and use sun protection like a hat and sunglasses, especially later in the morning. If you ever notice chest pressure, unusual shortness of breath, dizziness, or an irregular heartbeat, stop and check in with your clinician. Done consistently, morning light plus a 20-minute walk can lead to very real benefits seniors care about: better sleep, better stamina, steadier blood pressure and blood sugar, improved mood, and the ability to keep moving confidently day after day.
Number 2. Deep breathing exercise. When you wake up, before you grab your phone or even think about the day ahead, take 3 to 5 minutes to breathe, slowly and on purpose. For a lot of older adults, this tiny habit makes mornings feel steadier, both in the body and in the mind. Mornings naturally push your system into go mode. Stress hormones rise, your nervous system ramps up, and your heart may beat a little faster as your body transitions out of sleep. That's normal. But with age, that same morning surge can feel stronger than it needs to, jittery, wound up, or like your chest is tight and your blood pressure is running a bit high. Slow, controlled breathing helps shift you back toward the calming side of your nervous system, the part responsible for rest and digest. Studies on slow breathing suggest it can reduce stress-driven nervous system activity and, for many people, gently lower heart rate and blood pressure, especially when those numbers are elevated from tension. It's not a substitute for medication, but it can be a solid daily support. There's a practical breathing benefit too. As we get older, the rib cage can stiffen, posture can change, and many people start taking smaller, shallower breaths without realizing it. A short breathing practice encourages the diaphragm to do more of the work, helps the lungs expand more fully, and can make everyday movement, walking, climbing steps, carrying groceries, feel a little easier. If you live with COPD or chronic shortness of breath, breathing techniques aren't just nice to have, they're commonly taught in pulmonary rehab. One of the best known is pursed lip breathing. Research and clinical experience show it can ease the sensation of breathlessness for many people by helping keep airways open a bit longer as you exhale. And then there's the mental side. Slow breathing can improve your body's stress recovery response, and many people notice it reduces anxious feelings and clears the mental noise that can show up first thing in the morning. Here's an easy routine you can do sitting on the edge of your bed or in a sturdy chair. First, set your posture. Feet flat on the floor, shoulders relaxed, chin level. Place one hand on your belly and one on your chest. Then breathe in gently through your nose for a count of 4, aiming to feel the belly rise more than the chest. After that, exhale slowly for a count of 6. You can breathe out through your nose or through lightly pursed lips like you're slowly cooling down hot soup. Do that 10 to 15 times. Keep it quiet and comfortable. No big gasps, no straining. If you tend to feel short of breath, try pursed lip breathing for about a minute. Inhale through your nose for 2 seconds, then exhale through pursed lips for 4 seconds, steady and slow. A quick safety note, if you get dizzy, tingly, or lightheaded, you're probably breathing a little too deeply or too fast. Just return to normal breathing and restart more gently. And if you ever feel chest pain, severe shortness of breath, or faintness, stop and check in with a clinician. Stick with this most days, and the benefits can be surprisingly practical. Calmer mornings, steadier breathing, and a more grounded start to the day. Number 1. Eating a breakfast rich in protein and fiber. The last thing seniors need to do after waking up is eat a breakfast. One of the easiest high-impact choices you can make is to eat a breakfast that has 2 things in it, protein and fiber. That combo matters more with age. Muscle tends to shrink if we don't work to keep it. Appetite can get smaller. Blood sugar can bounce around more than it used to. And let's be honest, constipation and cholesterol issues show up a lot more often in our later years. A protein and fiber breakfast won't fix everything, but it can set you up for a steadier, better-feeling morning. Start with protein. Protein is what your body uses to maintain muscle, and muscle is your independence tissue. It's what helps you get up from a chair without thinking about it, carry groceries, climb a few steps, and keep your balance when you're tired. Research in geriatric nutrition consistently shows that many older adults do better with more protein than they used to eat, and just as important, it helps to spread it out through the day. In other words, getting a decent amount at breakfast can be more useful than saving most of your protein for dinner. Protein also keeps you satisfied. A lot of studies on higher protein breakfasts find people feel fuller longer and tend to snack less later on sweets. If you're trying to manage weight or blood sugar, that "I'm not starving by 10 a.m. feeling is a big deal. Now for fiber. Fiber is the unsung hero for seniors, mostly because of digestion. Constipation is incredibly common with aging. Less movement, not enough fluids, and certain medications can all contribute. Clinical guidance for constipation management regularly points to fiber as a first-line foundation, as long as you're drinking enough water. Fiber helps the heart, too. The type called soluble fiber, found in foods like oats, beans, barley, and psyllium, has good evidence behind it for lowering LDL, the bad cholesterol. That's one reason heart-healthy eating plans keep circling back to fiber-rich foods. And if you have diabetes or prediabetes, fiber can make breakfast work better for you. It slows down how quickly carbs are absorbed, which can help reduce the blood sugar spike after you eat. Nutrition research in diabetes consistently supports higher fiber eating patterns for better post-meal glucose control. Put protein and fiber together and you get a meal that does a lot at once. It keeps you full, supports muscle, steadies energy, and makes digestion happier. Here are a few senior-friendly breakfast ideas that fit a typical American kitchen. Greek yogurt with berries, plus chia or ground flax, and a small handful of nuts. An egg or 2, boiled or scrambled with whole grain toast and some avocado or sautéed veggies. Oatmeal made with milk or soy milk, topped with nuts and berries. Want more protein? Add a side of yogurt or an egg. Cottage cheese with fruit and a few walnuts or almonds. Prefer savory? A small bowl of lentil or bean soup with whole grain bread works surprisingly well in the morning. 2 quick cautions. If you have advanced kidney disease, more protein isn't always the right move. Follow your clinician's guidance.
And if you're not used to fiber, don't jump from zero to a lot overnight. Ease into it and keep fluids up, or you may feel bloated at first. A simple way to think about breakfast is this. Pick one clear protein and one clear fiber. Do that most days and you'll usually notice the difference. Steadier energy, better digestion, and better support for strength and mobility over time. These were 5 simple, science-backed morning habits for seniors. It's the small daily habits that build strength, balance, confidence, and energy for your entire day. Remember, this isn't about the gym or tough workouts. Just mindful, consistent habits help your body stay safe, your muscles strong, and your digestion smooth. Start today, whether it's a short walk, a few deep breaths, a glass of water, or a gentle balance exercise. You don't have to do everything at once. Little by little, these habits will become part of your routine. The more you practice, the more your body and mind will feel steady, strong, and confident. So take that first step today. Carve out a little time for yourself and make every morning safer, stronger, and more enjoyable. Your body and your future self will thank you.